Hey everybody, Jim Malone here from Dallas Trading Floor. Well, happy President's Day. I hope everyone's having a nice holiday. The exchanges are not functioning, obviously, today, but they will open on Tuesday. We're coming up on a very momentous earnings report, and this is for Nvdia. Nvdia is due to report on the 21st of February, and since it is making up a large portion of the QQQ, this is the ETF that covers the NASDAQ 100, this earnings report is very, very important. Wall Street is expecting about a $4.60 per share EPS, and that's quite significant because it's 700% more than the 65 cents a year ago. So the street is expecting quite a bit of increase in terms of the EPS, and they're expecting the revenue to be about $20 billion. So if we miss higher or lower from the guidance, we're likely to cause a wave of profit taking, and the stock will probably move lower. This is why I'm looking for a potential of a move up 10% or a move down 10%. If we move down 10% on the price is approximately in the 720s. We're looking at a price of approximately $655. Now, I don't expect it to change overall direction. I expect it to pull back probably to about $650, $655, maybe $660, and then bounce higher. So what I've done is I've constructed a covered call trade, which may protect us a little bit against that downturn and earn us some money in the meantime. Here's how it works. In this trade, first, we would purchase 100 shares of Nvdia. Now, at the close on Friday, they were selling for $727.20. So that if we purchased 100 there, and that's what I'm planning to do, the cost on that $72,720, which is quite high, but if you have margin, you can do that trade as well. What I propose then is immediately selling a $665 call. Now, that's not quite as low as $655, where I do expect potentially the bounce for the price on the stock if we get a negative report. But if we do sell the $665 call, this is the March 1st one, not the Friday one, but the Friday after that. So we have a little bit of time to do this one. We will get approximately a price of $80.35. So this is significant. We'll get $8,000 essentially immediately for selling that. So that reduces the amount of cost on this particular trade. What I've done here is I put out a payout chart that kind of gives you an idea of where we're at. If we were to do this trade on Tuesday, which I do expect, hopefully I'll get a fill on this one, we would come in here. The first day, we're going to be out of pocket about $72. But if the stock stays relatively in line, and I do expect it to move lower, we should be profitable by the end of February, by February 25th probably at the latest, maybe the 26th. You can see that we have very good coverage the closer we get to the expiration of this call option. The call would be expiring on the 1st, and of course at the end of the day, there you go. So we have good protection on this particular trade. According to my calculations on Monday, the probability of profit on this trade is about 86.4%, and we have basically break even. That means that we would break even down to about 646. Now remember, I do think that the bounce is likely to be at about 655, which is $10 above that based on this. The maximum return on this particular trade would be about 2.81%. And that would be over a period of approximately 13 days, so a little bit longer than normal. And potentially has a potential to return $1,815 if the stock is at or above 665, which I definitely think that it probably is likely to be. If we look at the daily trade, we'll notice that the last two earnings have provided an upward momentum for the stock. Now, I don't necessarily think that's going to happen this time, but you can see going back a year, each time that Nvdia has reported in the last year, that has been a catalyst to move the stock price higher, as you can see here. So I do believe that there's a high likelihood that that would be the case here, but we want to be safe because typically when these earnings reports happen, that's when it is relatively unpredictable. There's a lot of there's a lot of analysts that have rated this stock fairly high. So I do expect that we may get a little bit of a pullback, but I don't think it's going to bounce. I think it's going to bounce probably above 665. I'll be checking back with you time and again to show you how I'm doing on this particular trade and where I get filled. If you're not a member of Dallas Trading Floor, it's super easy to sign up. www.Dallas Trading Floor. Hope to have you sign up and take a look at some more of my trades.